away leftovers, and I'm the only person in our house that actually eats leftovers. So it's really a problem. So luckily today we have a cook who's going to show us a creative way to actually put a Latin twist on leftover crab, which I find to be one of the most hardest ingredients to really truly find those good leftovers for. So we welcome to the show food blogger Belqui is with us today. Belqui, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hello, Kara. How are you? Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be with you guys.
Well, you are a problem solver today because crab, I think, is truly one of those ingredients that you really don't know what to do with it when you have the leftovers, how long it's going to last for, and you have to move quickly when it comes to seafood.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And what I love about the recipe that I'm going to share with you guys today is that it actually starts as a baked crab dip. So I'm going to go ahead and start it for you. So I bought some jumbo lump crab meat, right? And this is wild caught. I try to be a good girl about these things. And we're going to go ahead and put them in a bakeable, pan. And we're just going to go ahead and mush it up a little bit, not too much, because we want to make sure that we get those nice big chunks when we're eating it. And how much do you love crab, Kara?
Oh, I could just eat crab plain. We really don't need to probably worry too much about leftovers. I just, spoonful. But I love crab dishes as well. And you make everything from crab dip, empanadas. I've never seen those cream roll wrappers. You name it.
I make everything. I just love to create dishes. For example, right now it's a little bit Latinized because I'm putting in some parsley, I'm putting in some chives, and I'm always going to Latinize whatever I make. So if I'm making, let's say, like the baked dip, right? I'm always going to take the leftovers and make it into something that's a little Latin. And in this case, it's going to be empanadas. And actually right now, I'm going to put in some cream cheese. Now, I'm going to get the whipped one because we don't want to be waiting, in the microwave for it to melt down. And I'm a mom. I have 2 boys, and I'm busy. So I don't have a lot of time. I don't know about you. I know you have some kids yourself.
Yes, I have 4 kiddos, so I get the no time thing.
God.
But that whipped cream cheese tip is a really good one because that does sometimes take forever, or you just say, I don't want to deal with it.
I don't want to deal with it. I've done that many a times, and I'm putting in some mayo now. So it's going to get even better. I can't wait to finish this off for you guys. So we're going to put the mayo in. We're going to mix it in. We're going to take some red peppers that I chopped really small. So you're not going to feel like big chunks of them, just little bits of it. And if you notice, I'm doing it very, very gently so that I don't, get that crab broken up too much. And now we're going to go with some lemon juice and hot sauce. Right? We like things hot.
Oh yeah.
So a little bit of spice never goes wrong. And you can add as much as you want. You can make it as spicy as you want. And basically, this is what she wrote. So as a baked crab dip, we just kind of push it down a little bit like this. Right? And then we're going to go ahead and put some breadcrumbs on the top, just a little bit. We'll put it in the oven at 425 for 20 minutes until it gets that little crispy brown on the top and it looks beautiful. And it's just ready to eat with Melba toast, anything that you would like. But in this case, because I'm going to do the empanadas, we're going to go ahead and make the empanadas right away. And you don't have to make the big crab dip as long as you have this mixture together. So let's move on. I'm going to get settled up to do the empanadas. Now, do you have empanadas a lot, Kara?
I never have empanadas, so I'm so glad that you're going to make these for us today and show me how to do it. I love trying out new things that we do on the show, so this is great.
Yeah, this is fun too, and the kids, they would love to be involved in this process. Trust me, especially when it comes to filling them, and then also the way we're going to stamp them closed with the fork is so much fun. So these are empanada discs, and they're kind of like the dough, and you can find them in Latin markets or Asian markets. I'm in Arizona. I don't know if you know that. And it's kind of, even though I'm in a very Latin concentrated state, we don't have a lot of the Latin foods in the bigger supermarkets. So I go to the Asian market to find them, and they're wonderful because they'll come frozen, you defrost them, and you're good to go. In this case, I want to make the empanadas small because, bite size is always great, especially if you're going to have like get-togethers or gatherings. So I'm going to cut the empanada in 2 pieces. So they're going to become a mini empanada. So if you see, you got 2 pieces, and then now we're going to wet the edges. Now this is going to get them to seal better together. And you can use egg wash too, but I like water. And we're going to go ahead and fill it. I'm going to use this spoon right here. And this is the fun part. Kids love it. You just put a tiny little bit, although that's not really a tiny bit.
I'll take that piece, though. I'll do that empanada.
And then this is the fun part. You go over like this, and then you take your fork, and then you press down. And even if a little bit comes out in the edges, don't worry about it. It'll cook perfectly anyway. And you press down, you go all the way around. You can push a little bit in and keep going. It's a little bit of work, isn't it?
It is, but you've opened up my world to a whole new dinner thought as far as what else you can put in an empanada. I mean, truly, you can do a lot of empanadas, yeah.
Anything. So when it looks like this, which is, to me, absolutely perfect, it's ready to go ahead and fry. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right in the fryer here. And this is when you have to be careful, because sometimes people are a little bit afraid of, fryers because, they can.
Yes, I thought at first you were hiding from it. I'm like, oh, it is spattering.
Yeah, like you should see some of my episodes. I'm like, I'm jumping around the kitchen because I'm literally getting burned. And they cook really fast. Like, if you see, it's super fast. Like you're not wasting any time here. So these are great. You make them in batches and they're absolutely perfect. Now, while this one's cooking, I'm not going to let it burn, but I have other ideas for you, because it wouldn't be Belqi's twist if I didn't do what I like to do, which is twist things, right? So I'm going to take it out because I'm going to let it cool down while I tell you what else you can do with it. So I love spring rolls. I don't know if you love spring rolls.
I love spring rolls, yes.
Yes. So I'm just addicted to them, and I fill them with anything and everything I can. So you can do the same thing. You go to your Asian market, you get the lumpia rolls. Those are the ones that, of course, are used for spring rolls. And you go ahead and you do the same thing. You just go ahead, you fill them like this, and you make them into kind of like a little line. Right? And then you do the same thing. Some water here, some water here. And then you go like that. You tuck it in, you push in, and then you just roll and roll. And then you tuck in here, tuck in here. Do you think you can do this, Kara?
I can. I make plenty of burritos. I'm sure I can do this for sure.
Yeah. There you go. So look at this baby. Isn't it cute?
Yes, but see, my worry is that it will fall apart when it's in the fryer, but it will not.
It will not. So what I always try to do is I make sure the seam is going down first, like that.
Okay.
And that's it. And this one, obviously, I didn't roll this tight because I'm here with you guys, but it's very, very simple. I wait a little bit to make sure that it's gonna, cook and be nice and crispy. And then if you notice, I'm turning it over, it's already basically secure.
So is it better with the one flip? Does it end up tasting better if you're not like constantly rolling it? Like,
I like to roll it because I always feel like, what if the oil's too hot? Because being a cook, I don't take, temperatures of anything. I kind of feel and I know it's ready. But of course, sometimes it can get a little hotter. And especially like, for example, I'm not in my actual stove right now. So therefore, it can be a little bit dangerous if I'm not really watching it. But this is it. Look, it's already done.
I love
Literally
it.
like what, a minute?
Yes, and all from one recipe, and you have 3 different dishes. Such a great idea. Belqui, it's really fun to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It was fun.
It was very fun. And you guys, we want you to check out Belqui as well. She has so many other creative ways to use her recipes, and we'll have more information about her and these recipes on our website at KATU.com. Do not go away. More of Afternoon Live.
And now on KATU News at 11, new hope on the horizon. Tonight we're tracking several new vaccines.